Hey, good morning everybody, it's Mike, and thanks for joining me this morning. Hey, you want peak performance money? Do you want peak performance money? Then we're going to have peak performance habits, aren't we? We don't get peak money without peak habits. Does that make sense? Can we all agree on that? I guess there's some exceptions to that. You know, the Lucky Sperm Club, people that were born into a social circle where they just sell multi-million-dollar homes to their daddy's friends. I'm not talking to you folks today. I'm talking to the rest of us today. For the rest of us, if we want peak performance money, we're going to have peak performance habits. Like, what's that look like? Well, when did today start for you? Today started for me last night. Okay, so what time I go to bed last night starts my habits for today. So going to bed early, getting up early. I ain't getting up early if I didn't go to bed on time last night. I've got to form these habits. Why do we call them habits? It's not natural. What's natural is you'll stay up watching junk and then go to bed late, and then you won't want to get up early, and you'll get up late, and you'll be behind the rest of the world already because watch, you can't get the other stuff done. Yeah. Go to bed early, get up early, exercise every day early. Why? Two reasons. Why early? Because it's the only time every day you can control. And those of you that say, well, I'm going to do it this evening, late this afternoon, you're not. You know you're not. You know that's a lie. You know that a lot of stuff's going to come up during the day that's going to keep you from doing that. Or you're going to get tired or hungry or irritable and you're not going to do it. We have to do exercise every day. Why? Because I'm some fitness guru? No. I don't care how you look in a bathing suit this summer. That's up to you. Here's what I care about, is that we manage our emotions through a difficult business every day. And some of you aren't. Some of you aren't managing your emotions every day. And you know who I'm talking to, don't you? You're emotionally out of control too many times every week. And I'll say that just comes from not getting a good solid 1 hour of vigorous exercise every morning. So I've got to get up early so that I can get that in, so that I can get my mind right. And I've got to eat right and drink lots of water. Why? Because if I pump a bunch of shit into my body, which we're doing, right? You know who I'm talking to. We pump a bunch of shit into our body, then how are we going to keep our emotions under control when I'm pumping a bunch of caffeine, sugar, and salt into my body every day? I'm not. And my emotions are going to get out of control, and they're going to start running the show around here, and then my business is going to suffer, my relationships are going to suffer, right? So where are we at so far? Go to bed early, get up early, exercise early every day, 7 days a week, eat right, drink lots of water. These are the performance habits that lead to performance money. I'm not done. I'm not done. Hold on, hang with me for a second. Now, I want to create a written weekly schedule because I know on Sunday afternoon, I can build a very empowering schedule for myself for the rest of the week. I am bright enough to be able to tell myself, hey, Mike, here's what you need to do this week to have the kind of week you need to have. And when you add 50, 52 of those together every year, you're going to have the kind of business you want to have. Live the kind of life that you want to live. Create a written weekly schedule is a peak performance habit. You know what else is a peak performance habit? Planning out my time off for this entire year. I've done it already. Have you? Have you sat down with a 12-month calendar and said, okay, let's make sure we've got some balance going on here. Let's make sure we have some fun. Let's make sure that we're living the life that I'm working so hard to live. Let's don't forget about living, spending time with people that we care about, doing things that are fun and exciting. But when am I going to do that? Because I have a lot of responsibility. Family, friends, my business, and these things have to be planned out if I want to do them in the right balance. So sit down with a 12-month calendar and plan out your time off for this year. My marketing activities, another peak performance activity. Every morning, 5 days a week. Why in the morning? Mike, why do you keep saying that? Why is it important? When I say marketing, I'm also talking about prospecting. You can call it whatever you want to call it for your business. What I want you to do is give me your AM hours for this. Give me your AM hours from, let's say, 8 a.m. until noon every day. That's reserved for marketing yourself. And then you've got all afternoon to show homes and go on listing appointments and work on the administrative side of your business and your social media and your videos and all that stuff that we treat is so critically important. What I want you to do is give me the AM hours so that by noon every day you have, in your way for your business, marketed yourself that day. Every day, 5 days a week. And my last peak performance habit to get peak performance money is keep your appointments. This just tags right onto the other one. Keep your appointments in the PM. Now, I get that a couple of times a year you're going to have to make an exception for this, and you're going to have a customer that for a very valid reason can only meet with you in the mornings. But that's an exception. That's not most people. What we're doing too often, what we're doing is, hey, well, when do you want to see the house? Well, I want to see the house at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay. No, you have an appointment, and your appointment is with yourself to work on your marketing activities. Gosh, I'm sorry, I already have an appointment at that time. How about 1, or would something later in the day around 4 work better for you? And what I'm here to tell you is that more than 95% of the time, they will accommodate that. And you have protected your schedule, you've honored it, you've done your marketing activities in the morning, you've done your appointments in the PM in the afternoon. Folks, there's your peak performance habits. Now, you might not like it. You might think that's too regimented for you. You might think that's too restrictive, that's too boring, that's too repetitive. Yeah, I'll just tell you this. The people that you see that you don't think are as competent as you are but are making a lot more money, that's why. That's why. It's no big secret. It's no big mystery. Don't be confused by it. That when you see people around you making more money, but you go, I think I'm as good or better of an agent than they are. They just have better habits than you do. They just have better habits than you do. And you can change that today, right now. Right this second, you can resolve to establish peak performance habits just like they did. Now, realistically, I will tell you, you probably need to give yourself 6 to 8 weeks for these activities, these behaviors that we've just talked about, to take hold and to become a habit. If you try to go to bed at 9 o'clock tonight and you're used to going to bed at midnight, you're going to say, well, I just couldn't fall asleep. And I'll go, wow, Snowflake, I'm shocked. You mean you had already established a habit that was not empowering and you're trying to change it, and the first night it just didn't work right away. No, you're going to need to give yourself 6 to 8 weeks to establish peak performance habits. And those first 6 to 8 weeks, it's going to be difficult and it's going to take a lot of willpower. But you can do it to change your life. To change your life, you can't establish a 6 to 8 week period of forming new habits. You did it to establish bad habits. Surely you can do it to establish good ones, can't you? If it's going to mean that much difference in our lives, come on. You want peak performance money? Then you will have to understand that you, listen to me now, stop multitasking, listen for 15 seconds. If you want peak performance money, folks, you're going to have to understand this, that you can't help anybody else. Not your kids, not your spouse, not your family members, not your customers. You can't help anybody else until you help yourself first. If you're not going to take care of yourself, I'm here to tell you, you aren't going to be able to take care of anybody else. You want peak money? Then let's stop winging it every day and start establishing peak performance habits. And that'll lead you to the money. And this is Mike, and one more time, I'm urging you to go out and make it happen for yourself today.